Previously on the show that has been so aptly and poignantly titled, New Crits on the Block.
You look, this is like a sewer drain pipe kind of situation that leads down. There's like trickling water going down it, and it's really slimy. Because what you see as you begin heading down there, and you see an entire pit full of shit, and you are yanked as hard as fucking possible into the shit. The water weird, or in this case, a sewer weird. You come down and slash this thing as you dive into the water, and it, with that final hit, dissipates, and it no longer seems to exist, at least not from what you can tell, as these things do go invisible when they are fully submerged. Our view opens on a close-up of a damaged teapot. Although clean, it's clearly unusable, damaged beyond anything short of a mending spell or a master artisan's skills. A familiar ticking noise can be heard in the background, with the rhythm and clarity of a metronome. The ticking continues as our view snaps from the teapot to a dirty doll with curly worn yarn hair, missing a button eye, sitting in a chair. It then snaps to a seemingly empty chair, bereft of anything, minus a small fly on its backrest, and then to a close-up of dark black hair with a vibrant streak of red in it, tucked behind the clearly identifiable green-tinged ear of a youthful goblin, her hair held in place by a chibi hairpin in the style of a cute little angry goblin. "More tea, Mrs. Periwinkle?" a young girl's voice asked the doll. However, the doll refuses to answer due to it being an inanimate's nature, so the young girl reaches out and moves it slightly and responds for it. "Thank you. I would love some more, please." "Oh, thank you. And how about you, Mr. Haberdash? More tea?" Our view snaps back to the empty chair, but the camera raises and angles slightly down to reveal a dead raccoon slumped over in the crease of a chair, a few flies buzzing around it. It wears a makeshift top hat made from garbage and holds a broken smoking pipe. "No. You've been so quiet today. You didn't even comment on Mrs. Periwinkle's hair." The young goblin looks at the doll. "It's lovely, by the way." Our view pulls back from the makeshift tea party as the young girl's voice becomes quieter. "Mr. Haberdasher, I see you've taken up smoking again. You know those things will kill you, right?" She giggles. The persistent ticking gets louder and louder as we pull away and see more of the room, sparsely decorated, minus the little girl's playroom in the corner, and filled with various broken mechanical objects. Our view passes over an adult male goblin's shoulder, the tea party still visible in the background. His clothes are worn and stained with grease. A small pair of spectacles rests on his giant bulbous nose as he works on something technical and mechanical, arranging its pieces and components as he jots down notes. Suddenly a bell chimes and a voice rings out from afar.
Mr. Haverset, you in there? I was hoping you could take a look at something I found."
Deep in his work, the voice startling him, the goblin tinkerer glances at the time shown on a familiar clock sitting at his desk. "Yeah, coming, 1 second. Mr. Haverset turns and looks over his chair at his daughter. Leanna, I'll be right back. Please promise me you won't touch anything while I'm gone." "I promise, Daddy." Mr. Haverset gets up and walks out of the view, leaving his work, our view still at his desk with the tea party in the background. And after a moment, we see our future office clerk, a young Miss Leanna Haverset, glance up towards her dad's workstation and clock. Our view cuts to the shop's entrance, and Mr. Haverset speaks with a customer as he's leaving. "Yeah, I can't tell you exactly what that is. It looks elven, though. But if you find anything else like it, bring it here. I always love a good puzzle." The shop door closes as Mr. Haverset walks back to his workstation, and upon turning the corner, we see the room exactly as he left it, his daughter Leanna sitting at her tea party, looking particularly inconspicuous. Mr. Haberdasher, the dead raccoon, lays on its face after having slumped to the ground. However, the room is silent. Leanna? Yes, Daddy? Why is it so quiet? Leanna shrugs her shoulders unconvincingly. Did you touch my clock? Maybe a little. He pokes up the clock. Maybe a lot. Mr. Haverset sits down, flips open a few hatches and compartments on the clock, and makes a few adjustments using some very small and very specific looking tools. You know, I made this for your mother before she left us. You remind me so much of her. Too much curiosity. He pops a few things in or out of place and then closes the clock, which begins to tick again. He picks it up and walks it over to his daughter. He sets the clock down in front of her, and it stops ticking. But it seems like it's broken now. Maybe you could fix it. Really? Oh, thank you, Daddy. Thank you, Leanna exclaims. Okay, listen, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna start right away as she grabs a tool not made for a delicate clock off the table. Mr. Haverset manages to smile and frown simultaneously. Now, I have to go do some scavenging, okay? Living in the bilge isn't glamorous, but it is free. Food, however, isn't. So I'm going to go scrounge up some work, see about getting enough silver together for a real meal for once, okay? Promise me, Leanna, promise me you'll be good while I'm out. I promise, Daddy. Leanna. Yes, Daddy? Promise me. And that was the last time Mrs. Leanna Haverset spoke with her father, as he never came home that night. He was killed while out scavenging. Authorities suspected it was likely over scrap or parts worth more than a few silver than usual. And we see the room time-lapse and slowly change. Mr. Haverset's workstation is cleared, his scrap and salvage slowly vanishes, Leanna's toys go unplayed with, and then vanish altogether. A raccoon skeleton is eventually removed from the corner of the room, and finally the home is practically empty. Minus a very pretty, but clearly depressed adult Leanna Haverset, walking out of the door on her way to work with her intermittently ticking clock. Our view closes in on her emotionless face, and then suddenly, without warning, we have a complete change of scenery. It is dark, minus an ominous red glow illuminating Leanna's face. There is the sound of running water and unintelligible mumbling. Her eyes open weakly as tears fall from them, and she whispers under her breath, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, Daddy. I tried to be good. I really tried. And welcome back to Havenport, everybody.
Well, I'm sad now. Thanks, man.
Yeah.
Hooray.
Yay.
Set the mood for a Monday.
Where's that toaster in my bath?
Oh, God. Okay. Maybe not that.
Well,
Yeah.
way too far.
Is
Okay,
it?
well,
I don't know.
I can probably make you all feel better. So
Okay.
Okay, go
September.
ahead.
It's September 18th,
Which
Uh-huh.
is...
National Cheeseburger Day.
Oh,
Hey!
thank God.
Yeah.
Out of freedom.
Thank
so.
goodness. And what kind of cheese are we putting on this?
Wait. Hold on. Jake, you said you had a Frito?
A burrito.
Oh, I thought you had like
If
one
some,
Frito.
Some could
Just
say
one chip.
one.
How would you even
Some-
come upon just one?
A
What do you
loose
come
Frito?
upon?
Just one loose Frito?
Can be loose.
There's got to be where's
There's
the
at
rest?
least one in everybody's car. Let's be honest.
Well, you could be
No.
you could,
Do you
you
eat
could
it,
be
though?
selling Lucy's. Like you could be standing outside of a convenience
Lucy's.
store.
Lose.
That's
Hey,
good.
Come get your Lucy's, Zach.
One loose chip?
So not at all how people sell looses at all, Jake.
Yeah. How do they sell Lucy's?
Usually
like-
quietly.
Not like a newspaper.
Yeah, not like a carnival barker.
I don't know. Why are you
Step
why are you
right
trying to
up,
be like a
step right
drug?
up.
Why are you trying to? I don't know. I
Step right,
Extra-
get your Lucy's here,
Extra,
get your Lucy's.
extra. I got a Lucy over here with your name on it.
That's how I would sell them.
You'd get
So
arrested.
yes, it is September 18th, and it is National Cheeseburger Day because
Just
fuck you,
Cheeseburger
arteries.
Day? They get their whole day to themselves? No other holiday?
Well, no, of course there's other holidays today.
Okay.
Like hug a greeting card writer day.
Oh,
But I don't know
Because they're so abundant.
Yeah, I said, here's what I wrote in my notes. I'm not sure where to find one or if they would appreciate this.
Yeah,
Do I just start hugging Hallmark employees?
That's what I was gonna say. Hallmark doesn't just live down the street from me. And I'm like, hey, there he is.
What if they
Wrap
just
him
keep?
up.
What if they keep them trapped in the back, just making more and more, like more,
Oh,
Chained to the
Funnier.
desk.
sweeter?
like we know there's a lot
Nicer.
of different kinds of like trafficking that goes along. What if there's like greeting card trafficking?
I've never actually met someone who makes greeting cards, so I'm not 100% sure that.
Well,
isn't
if you
how
ever
they're
do,
kept.
give them a hug.
Yeah. If you meet one
and
in
then
the loony
save
bin.
them,
and then save them from.
and then save them.
Yeah, maybe rearrange the order
terrible
of that.
fate.
Save them, then give them a hug.
They could just stop writing greeting cards and then they'd be let go. I don't know why they don't just stop. If they just stop,
Let go from life.
Good
Are they part of
poems.
the? Are they part of the writer's strike that's going on right now?
No.
Also, is it only the greeting card people? It's like screw anyone else that makes a card? Like Happy Father's Day?
That's a greeting card.
Are they all greeting cards?
Yeah, Jake, you don't know that they're all greeting cards?
Oh, I just figured a greeting
That
card was
whole
just
set-
like
Hello?
greeting. Yeah, it was just like greetings.
Greeting.
Like, hey, I miss you.
Hey,
Hope you're doing
what's
well.
up? Well, thank you for this
Greetings.
card. It just says what's up.
All right.
Maybe.
We got a couple more. It is also
Oh.
locate an old friend day. So
No.
think about
Found
a friend.
one.
You think about a
Found
friend you
one.
haven't spoken to in a while.
Oh,
Like
okay, never mind.
age-wise? Because then
And-
all of you guys.
That
No,
sounds
what?
a little stalkerish, right?
No.
Yeah.
This is what
Yeah,
makes it
locate
okay.
an old friend. Yeah, the way they
First-
don't say
Yeah,
say hi to
locate.
an old friend.
Yeah, catch up with.
Time to locate one of my old friends.
Think of somebody you haven't talked to in a while.
Okay.
Reach out to them
Yes.
and tell them that you were listening to this great podcast, New Crits on the Block.
There you go,
and
everybody.
they mentioned that you should reach out to your old friends.
That just makes us sound creepy.
Do you want to come over and see my new basement?
I just located you.
I just located you.
I know where you live.
Do you write greeting cards?
Do you also perhaps like greeting cards or like to go on a cheeseburger date?
But only the ones with greetings and not any other type of card.
Jake, I love that about you so much.
I don't know.
That's what you thought.
I just thought there was like Happy Father's Day cards. Like they all had their own genre of cards. I didn't know they all fell under one genre. Because like
you thought the overall genre was card?
Card.
okay, just cards. Because you got
Got it.
Pokemon cards, you got apparently greeting cards, like
Any kind of card is
any
a card.
playing
Jake.
card.
Yeah, you got Pokemon cards, you got Magic the Gathering
I mean,
cards,
technically,
you
I
had
could just
sympathy
say-
cards, you know.
Yeah,
They're
see,
all the
sympathy
same.
cards, are those the same as greeting cards?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I don't want sad greetings. So don't send me that.
You should
Side
play
greeting sounds like an old timey way to say hello to somebody.
Sad greetings.
Oh, side greeting. Oh, well, you said sad,
Sad.
greetings.
Sad
I said
greetings.
side.
No.
Yeah, sad greeting.
Also
Like,
old timey.
side greeting to you.
Because
Side
like everybody
greeting
was
to you,
dying of
gentlemen.
something.
Well, you only do it from the
sad greetings
side.
To you.
I'm not a front greeter. I'm only a side.
Oh, I like that.
I'm too superstitious to look you right in the eye.
Yeah.
Okay, what else you got for us, Ben? We're doing
As
great work with these other ones.
This one's less funny. It's also International Equal Pay Day. So just a reminder that women still get paid about 82% of what men get paid. So it has gotten substantially
Don't
better over the last few
even.
years, but it's been kind of stagnant for the last like 20 years. It hasn't really changed too much, and obviously certain fields, and it has to do with like where you are in like educational level and what you're doing for a living and states and all kinds of stuff. You know, so for example, where I work, it's all the same because we got a union, and actually, if anything, most of my bosses are females, so they usually can make more than us.
Yeah, so equal pay. We want equal pay as well.
Yeah, well, I'm not exactly. That's
Here's the
not
thing.
typical. So
You guys can fix it by just giving me all your money.
No.
You guys can be allies, yeah?
They're not actually talking about you, Christy. You're
Christy,
actually
all you
in
have
the,
to
in the
do
clause.
is do
Give me
some
your money.
meaningful work.
Well, I have the most important job of all. The hardest job in the world. Cleaning up after Brian.
A full-time job.
It really is, let me tell you. He's stinky. Hey,
Well,
All right,
because
so-
you volunteered to start washing all my hockey equipment, so
I didn't
ask. You just did it.
volunteer.
Oh yes, you. Oh fucking. I was doing it, and then you just started doing it.
The alternative is I have to smell it. So yeah,
Then
I
just
gotta
don't go
wash
in
it.
my room. Get out of my room.
It's not your room.
No
Get out of
girls
my room, Mom.
allowed.
Yeah. Don't you see
You
the
guys-
sign out front?
You
That
guys
is
have separate rooms.
no. That's what, I'm like, what are you talking
Well, it's
about?
his
I
side of
have
the
to-
room and
I
your
have
side of
to
the
be
room.
in
Ben?
that
I mean,
room.
Yeah.
you're not at that stage yet, where you're sleeping separately. Come on, man.
But this
I'm
is
already-
It's all the rage now.
This
Yeah, I
is
actually am
basically
already
my
doing that.
room, which is just full of. Let's see. I'm looking. I have my my wife's
So not even yours.
Sangeet dress. I have my
Yeah, like it's not
daughter's
even your stuff.
1-year-old dress. I have all this stuff behind. This room is actually going to turn into my daughter's room. Pretty much as soon as we finish this podcast, I think this episode's or the end of Havenport. I think once we end it, I'll probably take everything out of here and start move it to another room and start building this as my daughter's room. So
Go into like a cool closet or something. But a cool
Yeah.
closet, not a lame one.
Where are you going to podcast from?
Oh, I thought you meant like a temperature
Probably
cool
downstairs.
closet, not a
Oh, that too. I mean, I wouldn't want to be in a hot
stylish
closet. I have a hot closet and it's not
You
fun.
have a wait. Okay, so
yeah, my closet. My closet is on the side of the
it
rising sun.
receives the most sun. Okay,
Yeah, and
okay.
there's no AC in there, so obviously because it doesn't need to be cooled.
you could open it.
what is the
no.
constant temperature in that closet?
I'd probably say like during the day, like 86.
Put
It's
a
hot.
It's like
thermometer
a
in there.
perfect fermentation closet. You guys should ferment some things in there.
Besides
He
your
probably
jeans.
is.
No. Zoe tried the sourdough thing, and then it went bad like a few times and smelled
Did it-
really, really bad inside.
Did
of
it go
the-
sour?
Well, that's
Oh!
that's when you
Yeah.
know it's ready.
Oh well.
Yeah, you had some stanky ass bread.
Yeah, I'm good off stanky bread. I like my bread to smell good. Like
Yeah,
bread.
I know you like your fucking Wonder Bread. You fucking basic bitch.
I haven't had
He's a
Wonder
little
Bread
bit
in years. I have
basic bread
sourdough and whole wheat. I have the
Okay,
Dave's,
that
Dave's
sour Wonder
bread.
Bread is bad. Throw it away.
No, it's not sour Wonder Bread. I don't like Wonder Bread. It's too sweet.
When we last left off, you had all just finished beating
Wow,
some
are we gonna?
oozes.
That was 15 minutes of absolutely nothing.
Yay, we're back, baby.
Well,
We're
minus
back, baby.
I think it was like a good 7 minutes of me telling like a really deep, meaningful story about this character and how they came to be the way they are.
oh,
I
yeah, I
don't know if I'd
forgot
say
about
that.
that.
I don't know if
My
I'd
bad.
say
Yeah,
it's
no,
nothing.
You're right. No, you're right. I'm sorry.
No,
Damn it.
I actually forgot about that.
I just
already.
looked at the clock and it said 15, and I just
I know. I noticed it
Mine
too.
says
without
17.
even thinking, it just left my mouth. I'm sorry.
I'm not actually hurt, and if I was, who cares? I'm a
Yeah.
fucking ass mass.
He said I don't do meaningful work. Degrade him.
I mean, he's not wrong, but
I just said grown ass math, grown ass man. Pardon me. I should start drinking now.
There's probably
if it's gonna be
grown-ass
this
math.
bad.
yeah, Christy can't do it. So
I can't.
Yeah, geometry,
I wouldn't
grown ass
even-
math.
I wouldn't even try.
calculus,
A little bit of trig.
Calculus is grown ass math. Trigonometry,
Yeah.
grown
never,
ass math.
never,
for sure.
sure.
never done trig.
Geometry?
I got
never
to
even passed
geometry.
That's pretty grown.
I got to geometry and I did good, and then I went to continuation school, and surprise, surprise, they didn't have geometry.
Which is funny because
Yeah, they
your
had,
job
like,
actually
balancing your
probably
checkbook.
should have. Like,
No, they had
what you do, you need
Well, no.
geometry.
Oh no, I mean I'm good at that kind of stuff now. I was good at it in the regular high school, but
Yeah. The good
if they
news
had
is-
geometry in continuation school, no one would make it through that.
Yeah, the good news is I don't really need geometry because whenever I'm cutting into a person and I'm trying to make a perfect angle, I'm used to just getting arrested because that's
you're a
that's
Dexter.
malpractice and it's
'Cause I want-
yeah.
Because I want to take their face off.
Yeah.
Oh,
Easy
Uh,
there,
90s
Nick
man.
Cage. Yeah.
All right, so when you all last off, you had just finished beating some oozes, one of which had a door crank inside of it, which you needed to proceed through the sewers. You returned to the room with the 6 dead bodies, 4 more to find, 5 if you don't hurry, and you opened the door and found yourselves at the top of a particularly slippery sewer pipe leading down. Soot and Snow both rolled natural ones simultaneously on dexterity checks
Yay.
again. And
We're
slid
really good
down
at
the
this.
pipe.
Wait, was there a T
Yeah.
in that word?
What's that?
I also just realized
Say
I'm
that
really
word
hurt.
again.
Nope, we're good. And Jake just logged into the Roll20. Very good, Jake. Good to see you. What do you do now?
Get out of the shit. I think is
Yeah,
the
can I-
first.
Can I claw my way out of this shit?
Excellent. Roll for dysentery.
So I probably wouldn't
Roll
want to
for
clean my
infection.
coat by licking, huh? That's probably not a.
Yeah, no. I mean, you're in a sewer.
Roll for staph infection.
I guess like look around, I suppose. Make a perception check. See if you can find
Ooh.
some means of cleaning yourself.
I can do that.
Oh, what is this green goo over here? I'm gonna just roll around in this. Can't be any worse.
Well,
Does that burn the poo off? Is it like acid?
Yeah, it feels good. like
so what's say 3 get me? So 1
You're-
plus 2.
You think if you go deeper
Good
into the
job.
poop water, it might be cleaner at the bottom.
Well, that makes sense. Shit does rise.
Yeah. So I mean, just really
Everyone-
swim all the way down.
Yeah, everyone knows that shit separates from water because shit's heavier than water, or lighter than water. Oh wait, that doesn't work.
Just to be clear, I'm still rolling around like a freshly bathed dog in this goo.
Excellent.
here.
Make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh, fuck.
I'm just kidding. No.
No, make him do
you
it.
Could,
I'm gonna
you
do it.
couldn't possibly be any dirtier right now. So you're welcome to do literally anything you want. You are at max disgustingness. Except for snow. Except for soot. Soot is not
I'm
that
I'm-
filthy.
David's doing laps.
I'm clean. I did not get into the poop.
Yeah.
I will not.
David
get
is-
into the
David
Maybe do
is
a little
just-
synchronized swimming.
Just
I'm
swimming
Yeah,
around.
going back
David's-
in. Fuck it.
Well, yay!
yeah, I guess I'll go back into. I'm already covered in shit. It's not like I can get more.
What are you
shit
guys
covered.
doing? Get out of there!
We're swimming in the
Ben,
shit.
could you please get a handle on us? This is ridiculous.
That's disgusting.
I'm doing butterfly backstrokes.
Well, don't forget, I'm still a squid, so I'm still squidding around in here.
Ew.
It's probably thick
Um,
enough where you can just kind of like flail on top, you know? Just like, yeah.
Oh, it's
Oh, just
chunky.
splashing poop around. Oh no.
Okay, so I am gonna like free willy it out of the poo.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and over as soon as Snow is standing there with his little fist raised in the air, I'm gonna jump over him and turn back into David. And as I do, I'm gonna cast a Cure Wounds on him.
I was helping.
Okay, I heard
Oh, yeah.
that was perfect.
That was great.
And
So-
that is
Soundtrack.
So wait, I'm sorry. Who are you
What?
casting this on?
Me, the hurt person.
Snow.
Snow.
Oh,
Yes.
okay. Now I will say
it's
is
a-
hold on before you do that. I will say that Snow is the only person who still has his HD left for resting.
Oh yeah, I do. If we want to rest for an hour, I just don't know. I feel like
Just-
maybe someone might die, but
I'm just throwing
We
it out
did
there.
Isn't time of the essence at the moment, DM? Isn't that what you've been kind of telling
yeah,
us?
we kind of.
It is.
I think we
It
have
is.
To go. Just
That
feel 'em.
you can tell. I mean, like you just know you're following her. But you know what I'll tell you guys is that as you leave this pit and you begin following the trail to get where it is you need to go, it seems like it just kind of keeps going, and you seem to just sort of walk for hours. And so during that time, you're all welcome to use short rest abilities.
yeah,
okay.
I don't know if I want
'Cause-
the shit
'cause
to be
walking-
seeping in my wound.
Yeah, because light walking is considered an acceptable use during a short rest.
Oh
Uh,
crap! I only heavy walk.
Oh, then I'm so
no.
sorry.
Yeah, fuck. That sucks.
like cats classically do.
yeah. Well, I'm not a
So-
classic cat. You know,
Those heavy
I'm
steppers.
an edgy cat.
Heavy
So
Yeah. And so then the thing is that Gush, even though you don't have any HD left, I think with every short rest, you get back your second wind. So you can kind of use that.
Yes.
Yeah, so I think you can
Yeah.
kind of use that, like, because you walk for a few hours.
Are you still down a good amount,
Yeah,
Gush?
short rest. Yeah, I'm like half right now.
where did it tell
Okay.
me my
Yeah.
short rest dice? It's a D6. I know that, right?
It's a D8 because you're
It's
a rogue.
Oh, it's D8.
D8.
Yeah, it's whatever your HD is.
Okay,
So-
and then I get 3 of them. I'm gonna do 1. Let's see. Let me roll a D8. Hell yeah, that's good. That's an 8.
A full 8 plus whatever your con is, which is what,
Nice.
2? 1? So that's 9. You're back at full. Boom. Look at that.
Oh,
All right. Well, Gush,
That was easy.
don't use a
Oh,
don't
shit.
use your second wind on that yet. probably have in the tank just in case you need it for like a uh-oh moment.
Mhm.
Let me cast another healing word on you then.
What's the word?
Yeah, because you
The
haven't really
word-
been going crazy on healing. I think you
Yeah.
you shape-shifting has been
Yep.
what's holding us
All right, so
together.
1d8 plus 3. We're going to roll it here. Ooh, 6 plus 3. So you got 9 points.
And what's the word?
The word, what is the word?
And
I mean,
David has,
we know
David
what
has
it
to
is.
say it.
Yeah, but
Oh,
we
yes.
can't say the word. You have to come up with a word. You know what I mean?
Oh, another word?
yeah, another
Mhm.
word, any word.
The word, I mean, I want it to be bird, but that's
Well,
Are you
it's
Bambi?
too obvious, you know?
No,
Bird.
Bambi.
bird.
Bird.
Bird. All right, so no, that's pretty
Bird
good. I
is
mean,
the
that
word.
gets you guys pretty much all back at full. So David, during that walking time, you already unsquidded. Anyway, I don't think you're just be
I
like
did.
flapping through the sewers
No,
as a
yeah.
squid.
As I go through.
Okay, pretty good. So that puts you guys back at essentially close to full. I think the only person is Soot's down like 3 HP and
The word
Gush is
could also
down
be
like
Greece.
6.
Just FYI.
So otherwise, though,
Right.
you're pretty good. During this time of you transversing through the sewers and kind of following the scent, we're still rolling over that initial crushed tracking check that David did early on when he first came in, and he rolled like a 19 plus. So
Yeah.
you follow the trail as efficiently as you can. And that's mostly, just so you know, hey, heads up, that's mostly what's keeping any bad things from happening. Because, I don't want to be like, oh, you spent 1 minute bandaging your wounds, so I'm going to punish you for that. No, you rolled really good. So you're finding your way through the sewers, pretty effortlessly. And you
This
got
is
all your
his
short
favorite
rest
terrain.
stuff back. What's
Right?
that?
It's his favorite terrain.
Yeah, it would be.
Oh,
David's
it would be my
For
favorite
favorite
David,
terrain,
Yeah.
absolutely.
So, just out of curiosity,
Doesn't like it.
what do you guys kind of think? I mean, you're walking for a while. Do you guys talk to each other?
Wow.
Like, what do you think's going on? I'm just curious, like, as your characters, what do you think's going on? You guys
I'm covered in
personally?
shit.
During this time, you find
No, that's what I'm
us-
thinking about.
okay.
All I'm thinking
Yeah.
about
Still-
is I am covered in shit. I cannot smell anymore. It just smells of shit.
I
My
think it's
one
some-
like
we've been
keen
walking
sense.
for hours, you say?
It's probably been about 2 or 3 hours that you've been like
And we've just been-
following this path.
We're following David, who's leading us down this path.
Correct.
Are we sure he knows where he's going, or is he just kind of like going for a stroll here because he loves it so much? Should we maybe, David, are you sure this is where we're supposed to be? Maybe we could go up top and not poop for a while.
David pauses, sensing some hesitance of his fellow followers. He turns with a devilish smirk across his face. He addresses the group. I believe this is exactly where I was born to be. I have this inner sense of accomplishment and fulfilledness that I have never felt ever in my life. Because of this, it leads me towards our destination, which is my true calling that I hear not only from the sewer, but of the sewer itself. I am
Okay,
indeed.
you see what I'm saying, guys? I don't
Okay,
think he's actually taking
okay.
us to where we need to go.
Oh,
I
okay,
think he's
sorry,
just kind of in
David, a
it.
simple yes would have been fine. Thank you.
I think he just kind of likes being here and wants us to just kind of stay here. I don't know if we're doing it right.
I do know he was having a lot of fun while fighting that shit monster.
He was splashing around and then he came up for air and he blew a little fountain out as he was swimming and doing a backstroke. It was very weird.
That is necessary for squid. You don't understand. It's squid stuff.
I didn't know Squid could even do that, honestly, but he did. He's really having a time down here.
I am having an absolute ball.
I just would like to get out of poop place if we could.
We
not
are
where-
tasked. We are tasked with following the tracks and where they lead, and this is the direction the tracks, in fact, do lead.
I just want to point out that this is why me and all my kin shit in the sand.
This is why I just do it in the air and let it just fall on whoever or
Yeah,
whatever
I mean,
it falls
I
on.
mean, Soot has a cloaca, so
Not really
it's-
my problem. I don't
Yeah.
ever really think about it. I just leave the scene immediately.
I just bury it and take off too, actually, now that I think about it.
Yeah, this
Gush,
is
how do
very-
you poop?
This is really gross. You humans doing this is just
With my
really...
butt.
You you guys like to gather it up in such a way that it's really off-putting, honestly, if I'm being
Yeah, like
honest.
where does it go from here? Is
I
this it?
don't- You just keep it here and
Yeah,
gather
like-
it up? Who eats it? Does someone
It's-
come and eat it?
Probably
I
that
do
water
make-
weird.
I do have a side hustle of making fossilized sculptures out of mine and selling them at the local peddlers fair.
Oh.
My goodness.
I guess
You think back. You think back
artistic.
to those heraldric cubes you found in episode 1.
Oh, no.
Oh, I pull it
What?
out. I'm like, yep, this is just shit. this is
just-
actually now I see
This is
why
a poop
he jumped in
cube.
the ocean after selling these or giving these away.
Hey everyone, it's your favorite player, Matt, and welcome to this week's Middle Break. Happy Monday, everyone, or whatever day you're listening to this on. I think we're getting close to wrapping up this little mini arc that Ben has made for us. I think there's a few episodes left. So in honor of his maiden voyage of DMing here, let's do a few things that can help not only our podcast, but help him show this to more people and help our podcast grow. The first thing, of course, is to subscribe, rate, and review to our podcast, wherever you get our podcast from. Google Podcast, Apple Podcast, Spotify, whatever podcatcher you use. We're obviously on there. So go there, hit that subscribe button, leave a 5-star review, and write up a nice little review telling why you like the podcast so other people might see it and think, you know what? That sounds like something right up my alley too. Secondly, follow us on all of our social media platforms. You can find us on Twitter at New Crits and on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok at New Crits on the block. We're always posting content there. The best way you can help us is either tag people in those posts, interact with the posts in general, just to get the algorithm to feed us that sweet, sweet juice, or share the posts to your own sphere of influence. Share them to your story, put them on your feed, whatever you can do to help us out. I know it sounds like a big ask, but it's really not that big of an ask, but it goes so far in helping us reach more people because we want to be able to keep growing. And in order to do that, we need your help. We're only doing it by word of mouth. And if you want us to keep producing content like this, then please help us out. Share us out to everyone. Let's keep those numbers going strong. One of the ways we like to give back for all of your help is we have our own Discord, a Discord for all things New Crits, but not all things New Crits. Of course, you can go in there. We have channels for the show. You could talk to the cast. You could talk to other fans of the show. But if you just want to go somewhere and chill, we got a lot of places for that too. It is such a safe, inclusive space we've built up over the last few years, which is crazy to think about. And we're really happy with the little fam base that we have cultivated over that time. So if you're looking for somewhere just to come and relax and you haven't joined us yet, what are you waiting for? Join in on the fun. I might be thinking, well, Matt, I want to help you and Ben, Mr. DM, for these last few episodes, but how do I get to all the places that you just mentioned? Well, from our link tree, of course, linkttree/New Crits on the block will get you to all the places that I mentioned, and some places that I didn't even have time to mention. linktr.ee/New Crits on the block. It is your central hub for all things New Crits. All right, everyone, let's get you back into this week's episode. As you know, we come out with new episodes every Monday. That ain't stopping anytime soon. Thank you so much for listening this week. We'll see you next week. We love you. Be safe out there. Be excellent to each other. Bye-bye.
We're getting near the end of this, experience that I spent my first time DMing, and I was just kind of wondering like how it was going, how we felt about the story, and where do you see this going?
I see us dying at the end.
Wait, are you asking us before it's over, like a little how you're doing?
Kinda.
Is this a player or character?
A little bit of both.
Check it.
Whatever your heart
This is
tells you.
strange that he's doing this, right, guys? Are we-
Compliment. It is a little weird
It's
now.
Compliment
Yeah.
Ben right now is what he wants from us.
Well, I think he's going
No.
to gauge what our compliments are to see how this ends for us.
Yeah, do we
No.
die or
then I think you're doing a great
Best
job, and I'm having
campaign
so much
ever.
fun.
I'm not actually asking you
Wow.
guys to compliment me. I'm not actually asking you
Uh-huh.
guys to compliment me. I don't need your compliments.
But if you
I know
Too
do,
bad, I'm
you
gonna-
will be rewarded handsomely.
No, you won't. No, I would. No, I was just kind of curious. Like, where, like, what's your kind of like vibe on this story or what's
What
happening?
do you think of
or-
my hair? Like, does it look good, or like, do I look cute today? Or
All right, rocks fall and everyone dies. Got it.
Dang it!
There it is.
Dang it!
No, it's been, we've all been having a good time.
We're
If that's
having
what
a
you're
great
looking
time.
for, it's been very enjoyable.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've had a blast.
Mhm.
Outside of you trying to murder us every
Yeah, I really don't want my character to
Comment.
die because I quite like Soot a lot.
I told you
so
I really like Soot. Please
it'd
don't
be
get her
great.
killed.
It'd be great if they could live.
Yeah, that's
to see
that's
another
on you.
campaign.
That's on you and
Well,
the dice.
the dice are not my friend. I'm loving it.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
All right.
He wants
Well,
more. He wants more, guys. He's not satisfied.
no, that's actually. I was just kind of curious. Like, and then from your character standpoint, like, do you have any idea what's happening here? Do you have like
So-
do you even have like a feeling of like, okay, you understood that like people are getting kidnapped, but like,
Well, so it literally has bird brain. So I mean, we're just kind of going through the motions to the end goal, which is to get paid. So it's kind of some heavy shit happening, but really not interested. Just want seeds. So if I could just get to seed, that'd be great.
I think Snow's a little confused about why we are still down here because he was pretty sure that the dude that was doing all the kidnappings got eaten by like thousands of rats that ate him. Thought it was over, and then it wasn't.
so I will mention that you only found 6 of the missing bodies.
How many were there?
10.
Oh, that's so many more.
Yeah,
So-
yeah. Well, I kind of assumed,
That's why you're still looking.
the swarm of rats probably got him.
Not bad. Yeah.
because they got the guy that brought them down there, or at least organized some type of union for them.
Yeah, but Gush can see dead souls, and he only saw 6 of them.
Yeah,
Yeah,
So
it sounds like
confused.
you're still missing some people.
yeah. I think
Don't
I'm
exactly
mainly
know
confused
what's
and covered
going
in
on.
shit.
But we did see the one that we were looking for, right? From the mayor's office.
No,
Oh, we
No.
did.
No, we have not
We
found-
found
not
the
found it yet.
barmaid.
you
is who we
found a goblin body, but when you flipped it over, it had like no face. It was all like eaten off, and you couldn't tell. But you, Gush, were able to actually see her spirit through your I can see dead people sixth sense bullshit, and could tell it
Okay.
wasn't her. So you were like, that's not her. Also, I can see dead people. Okay, so yeah, that's kind of where we are.
So it
That's
feels
one
like
to touch
this is
in
all
a lot.
human problems, not bird problems.
Okay.
Got that?
Well, like I said, hours pass while you're traveling through these sewers. And with the insane tracking check that David had pulled off when you all first entered the sewer, you eventually get led to a sewer alcove that seems a little bit different than the rest. David kind of knows that this is where the trail somewhat ends, or rather continues. Everyone make a perception check.
I hope I do better
Oh,
than last
boy.
time.
Here we go.
Ooh, +5.
Plus
Ooh,
0.
14 plus 5 is a 19 for David.
Hell yeah. 5 for Soot. Strong 5, though. Real
Strong
solid
bird
5.
eyes. Sautés. Have nice eyes.
You don't get
6
to have my
plus 2 for a total of 8 for Snow.
Yeah, a lot of shit in your eyes. Okay.
17 plus 2 for goosh.
Okay,
And
so
I
both
can't
Ooh.
smell anything.
So-
either,
so- You know what? Gush and David, lead in the pack. Good perception checks here. There's no sewer runoff here. It's kind of cleaner than the surrounding area. it's almost like there's no actual like shit in this area. Like, although you're still in the sewer, this particular area doesn't seem to be having feces run through it. And it even smells a little bit better than the surrounding area. And there's an opening that leads further in, and from it, David and Gush can kind of hear voices, but you can't make out what they're saying. Very far away, very echoey and mumbled, but there's something down there.
While this area is my least favorite area of the entire sewage system, I do believe we are on the right track, as I faintly hear voices coming from one of the sewer pipes. Here. And he'll point with his newfound club he has into the direction of the voices. David wonders if anyone else hears these voices, or if they're just perhaps figments of his imagination.
I'll say, no, I hear them too. And I'll kind of creep. So is it like a door, or just like around a corner of a wall type of thing? And can I just like peek my head out and take a little peek ski?
Yeah, it's a long walkway that heads, the sewer alcove just kind of keeps going. It gets darker and darker as it goes down, but it's cleaner. It's doesn't feel or smell like a sewer. You would get the impression with your high perception checks, you're exiting a sewer, not entering
Did
one.
someone say eggs?
Boo.
It's hard to imagine such a place exists within the sewers of Havenport, although I guess what you see couldn't really be described as a sewer. Moss-covered stone walkways lead into a large, rectangular, dimly lit room. And from where you're standing, you get the impression that it's probably about maybe 100 by 175 feet or so. Who's counting? And it's about 20 feet high. Soot. From floor to ceiling. Stone walkways line the exterior of the room, whilst the middle of it is filled with what seems to be clean water. Statues, the height of the room, line the walls, which seem to double both as ornamental pieces of art, but also as structural pillars. They depict hooded figures holding out towels with open hands. The stonework neglects to detail their faces, but is nonetheless very well made. Metal walkways connect the exterior walls and pathways to center paths, and stairs from various pathways lead into the water, and you all realize that you are no longer in a sewer, but rather an underground bathhouse.
I immediately jump in the water and wash up.
Probably a forgotten one by that. Now, I will say before you jump in the
do that.
water, it's cleaner.
Kidding.
It's cleaner than anything else you've seen. However, I will say that before you do that, I'll finish the second part of this. Let me finish reading. In front of you stands one of these 20-foot tall hooded statues holding out the towels. The bathhouse water split your walkway from the statues, but one could easily traverse the gap or walk around it on one of the pathways. And behind that statue, there's about a 10-foot wall blocking your view from the rest of the room. Likely an old privacy partition. If it's a bathhouse, you don't want everyone being able to see everyone's stuff. But on the other side of that wall, coming up from around it, you see a dim red light. And now everyone, once again, make another perception check.
God, I hope I do good. Dice gods, be with me.
Hell yeah. 18 plus 2 for 20.
Nice. 11 plus 5 for 16 for David.
3 plus 2, which is a 5 for Gush.
That would be another solid 5 for
Oh, God.
doing
I mean, she's
great work.
consistent.
Yeah, there's
If
one thing you can
anything.
say.
We can give her that.
If nothing else.
So I think that was Gush who did really good.
No. 18 plus 2 first.
Oh, I'm sorry. Jake did really good.
Yeah,
So Jake,
I
you-
cleared the shit out of my ears.
Yeah, you pulled one whole turd.
Yeah.
Gross. Oh god.
Brian just made a motion
that-
like he's hitting the side of his head, and one whole turd comes out the other side.
Is that corn?
Yeah, I didn't eat corn.
Ew.
Oh, don't do that.
Corn doesn't even exist in this world, and yet somehow it's still in our stool.
Oh, you know what?
I was trying to-
It's gold.
I was trying to make like a swimmer's ear, shitter's ear thing, but
that's okay.
No,
You're doing it.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
So
Thanks, guys.
Jake, Snow hears the sound of slowly trickling water, and once again, you kind of hear just like quiet shuffling and mumbling coming from the other side of this partition. You get the impression, especially with you being a stealthy ass climbing cat, that you could probably climb up on that statue and get a look over it.
Okay. I stop Gush from jumping in the water. I'm like, hey, I want to clean up just as much as you do. But I hear the voices that you and David were talking about, and they sound like they're just on the other side of that wall. Now, I do really want to say that I could sneak up and climb on that wall and see. But I got to be a little honest with you guys. I twisted my ankle a little bit when I jumped in the shit water and trying to get out. Also, I haven't really gotten to show off my abilities lately. I feel like every time I've tried to sneak anywhere, I end up just falling.
So what you're saying is you are due.
Do.
I was waiting for the poop joke.
Get it? Do.
Yeah.
No, you should believe in yourself. You can do it. We are
You
shitty
can.
rogues for
You
sure.
can do it.
If there's anywhere else to be a shitty rogue, it's here in a sewer, right?
I am. You know what? If there is any, I am a shitty rogue right now. Literally.
We are literally shitty rogues doing shitty rogue work. I also could just fly up there, but I don't really want to because my wings make
God.
a lot of noise.
Do they?
I think so. I'm not really a stealthy bird.
Well, you know what would make a lot of noise? All the shit flapping off of your wings as you try to
Yeah.
fly.
I don't have shit on me. I did not get in the poop.
She didn't. She is the only one who's clean.
I wipe shit on her wings.
What? Okay, well,
It's
that's
rude.
very rude.
David will wipe it off very quickly and happily. And
Take a big
then
old,
he will
take a big old whiff first.
with the same hand he will put it on Rare Snow's
Wait,
shoulder.
aren't you
Not really
aren't
doing
you
it-
covered in shit?
Oh, I'm still just
Yeah, so
dripping
you're
with
still
it.
covered in shit. That's it.
I have not cleaned myself
Eyes.
off at all.
Yeah, just his eyes.
It's just
It's just like-
swamp thing.
It is like he just cleared his eyes like this. Like,
yeah. Wipes
Just
it away.
streaks.
Slaps.
Yeah, I look like old school creature from the Black Lagoon.
Yeah, it's like a
Like,
ghillie suit,
just-
but made of food.
And I put my hand on Rare
Oh,
Snow's
cool. I just got some
shoulder.
of that off.
You can do it.
Clean
Not
yourself.
only do
Clean yourself, Snow. Do it.
clean yourself. Not only do I, but the rest of the party believes in you truly and fully.
And I will cast guidance
Okay, and then
on
another
Rare Snow.
question. Do you think they'll smell me?
That is a good question.
Because I am legit.
I mean, here's the
covered in
thing.
shit.
Here's the thing.
Who has
This room is still
prestidigitation?
This room still attaches to a sewer.
Okay,
I
so
said
it still smells bad.
better.
I
It
can't
doesn't
tell.
smell good. It doesn't smell good
Okay.
in here.
Okay, cool.
It just doesn't smell like a straight up sewer. No, this room
I
still
do.
attaches to a sewer.
Okay, cool. I'll do
Rare
that then.
Snow, give me a stealth check.
And add 1d4 to it as well.
Okay, I want everyone to just raise their hands up. Everyone raise your hands up.
Okay, raised up.
And
I'm
Doing,
and
doing a sermon.
yeah, and just let's all just
This
take a
is
moment
not how you
and
pray.
and no, but this is how you pray to the dice gods.
Okay, got it.
Please,
Jesus.
yeah,
I thought you were praying to me.
no,
No.
you can't do
You
anything about the
wish.
dice. You just tell me if it's good.
I can lie about them. That's
Okay.
what I can do.
Arms are up.
Okay,
Arms are up.
all right,
do
I'll
the
put them
thing.
down.
Okay.
All right, that's it. I just wanted to see if I can get you guys to raise your hands. I didn't think you guys were going to listen to me.
Very clever.
Got us.
It wasn't clever at all. I just wanted to see if you guys would listen to me.
Yeah, you just lied to us.
No, I asked you to raise your arms and you did that, and then
We're here with you, Jake.
Okay, I rolled.
I was
stealth.
gonna see if I asked you to do something and you did it, and you did.
Hey,
So
it
roll
worked.
your guys.
Okay, so
Snow, roll your goddamn dice.
15 plus 7 for 22, and then another D4. It's also D4.
Yay,
Or is
he
D?
did
What is
it.
it? D4.
It's a D4.
A 1d4. Yeah.
And that's a 4, so that is 26
Nice.
total.
Oh
As
wow,
I-
DC 26. What are the chances? No, you crushed it.
Well, if it was a DC 26, I would have passed it still. So
I
what an idiot.
know. I just
Describe to me how I climb up this wall.
I'm gonna kill you anyway.
I know.
So
The
I'm gonna go ahead.
energy right now. My goodness.
Put your character right there. So you climb up on the statue and you peek over this wall and you find the statue's white, you're white, you blend in with it, you roll the 26. Here's what you see. The room's layout continues as it extends. The middle walkway opens up to a circular area before narrowing again. This is what Snow is seeing as he peers over the partition. A circular walkway opens up before narrowing again and then leads to the end of the room. That circular walkway seems to have a glowing red series of runes painted in what appears to be blood, and 8 hooded figures stand evenly spaced around it in awkward silence, all staring at the pulsating glowing runes in front of them. 3 human guards that look very much like the guards that are missing are standing watching over the runes, all evenly spaced around the room, each holding massive crossbows as they pace, scanning the room intently. And in the very back of the room, behind the circular blood rooms, we see a Liana Haverset lying on a stone table with a hooded figure standing over her, his back to you. At his feet, a small pot is below her table. And Jake, it's really hard to see, but you swear there's something trickling off the table into the pot. She's very far away, and you can't really tell if she's alive. But you have found her. And as you're seeing this, the hooded man, like every goddamn video game ever, that for some reason only things start happening the moment you hit a certain point. Like, oh, you took 1 inch step further. Okay, cutscene. The hooded man turns to the other robed figures and speaks. Brothers, sisters, kith and kin. It has been a long journey. Of this I know. For too many cycles have we waited. Through humiliation, fear, judgment, and persecution, we have waited. But today we wait no longer. For through careful study, practice, sacrifice, and compromise, we have found our path. I know not all of you wish to have seen it done this way, and know that I wished it could have been done different too. The hooded man looks back at Mrs. Haverset on the table. I do not take what we have done lightly, for many have suffered, but none have suffered like we have. Taken from our homes, taken from our families, forced here by those who think they know best. And where are they now? Where are those that we trusted to see us through this? Where are they while we starve? Where are they while we are subjugated by those who are lesser than us? They remain home. And the man walks back to Mrs. Haverset. And so I say to you. And the hooded man kicks over the pot of blood, which runs onto the stone floor and connects to the blood ruins. And as it connects, the whole room is filled with an intense red glow as the runes light up brilliantly. All of you from behind the wall, although you were not standing on top of the statue to see the whole room just light up with this red explosion of light. Right when this happens, an explosion of energy is released from the center of the rooms, pushing outwards in a gust so strong it billows the men's robes and knocks back their hoods, knocking them clean off, revealing the unmistakable, long pointed ears of elves. And so I say unto you, let us go home! As crackling energy fills the air, the metallic smell of blood assaults your senses, likely from the activation of the runes, and a gust of wind, you all get the sinking feel. Well, Jake gets the sinking feeling in his stomach, because it is well known that after arriving this world, the vast majority of elves had lost their magic. And for the few that it remained, it is illegal for them to attempt to further relearn or practice it here. The various governments of this world have declared that it was simply too unknown and too dangerous. Elves smile at one another, the hooded ones. Some embrace each other and cheer with glee, their work before them finally having come to fruition. And then suddenly the wind stops, and the room quiets, and the intense red, vibrant light flashes green and then purple. The elven leader looks at the runes concerningly and then looks back up at Leanna Haverset when suddenly all of the blood from the runes rushes reverse back up and towards the trail from whence it came and shoots up back onto the altar and begins forcing itself into Leanna Haverset, who reacts violently and begins spasming and arching her back. The guards and elves all turn to look at the altar in shock and disbelief as the purple glow from the runes dissipates into Mrs. Haverset's body, and she slowly stands up on the altar and looks over the crowd and begins levitating into the air above the altar. Her eyes are closed and her hair is floating like it's in water. But then her eyes open and an intense purple light shoots out of them and fills the room like a projector. The light bounces off of walls and flashes and focuses and cuts in and out for a second. And then suddenly an image comes into view. Like a projector or a hologram, you see hundreds of thousands of stars. Maybe each light is its own galaxy, and the image slowly rotates in the room, projected from the floating Mrs. Haverset, and it is quite possibly the most beautiful thing you have ever seen. And then, Snow, you remember that sinking feeling in your stomach as Mrs. Leanna Haverset opens her mouth to speak. So that's where you all went.